Space and Vinicius finds it, picks it up, and he juniors.
Yo, what's up, man? Look, Brazil versus Morocco. I gotta say, that was an exciting football game. That was definitely an exciting football game. And I will say this, I'm not surprised with how the outcome came about. They went tied 1-1. Look, Morocco, they're the African Cup of Nations champions, right? And prior to the World Cup, they had the ability to go into the action of competition for their country with all the other African nations. So I'm not really surprised with their level of skill, their level of play coming up against Brazil. But man, that was a good game. That was a good game to say the least. Now, watching that game, I will say this. I did see some vulnerabilities in Brazil's back line. Now, I do believe Marquinhos, with him being a two-time, I'm talking about back-to-back Champions League champion. As a captain, he'll be able to get that back line settled, and the defensive prowess that they have should elevate and raise as they get more comfortable playing with each other in international play. I definitely believe Carlos Ancelotti, this is going to be a resume building calling card to bring him back to Real Madrid. I got a completely different video coming up for what I believe Real Madrid should be doing in the offseason as they get ready for La Liga. But I will say this, I think Carlo Ancelotti, Real Madrid needs to give him a call back and get him back as the big boss over there at Real Madrid, because the connection that he and Vinicius have playing with each other, Vinny just seems so light being in Carlo Ancelotti's presence that I definitely believe you got to bring this guy back to the helm and have him control that ball club and have him direct and manage things, because the way things went for Real Madrid this season, you're not any closer without Carlo Ancelotti to winning La Liga or getting back to the Champions League finals with anybody else. Carlo Ancelotti, he's definitely the big boss for Real Madrid. He needs to be brought back there. And let me talk about this. Let me talk about the tandem that I saw for Brazil. Dude, Rafinha, having come off of a season with Barcelona where he was injured for the majority of the La Liga season, his connection with Vinny on that goal that Vinny scored was absolutely impeccable. You see the touch on the ball that Rafinha has. It's like he hasn't really missed a step. We didn't see too much of explosive play like we're used to seeing with Rafinha. There was that one opportunity where he was able to break the Moroccan back line and almost get a scoop into the goal, but he wasn't quick enough to get there. But let's talk about the connection with him and Vinny. The connection with he and Vinny. Vinny is he wears that 7, but gosh darn it, he's a true 10. He's a 10. He is a 10. He's a playmaker. When the ball is at his feet, he's able to do things that other people may not be able to see, or they may not have the level of unselfishness to do. Think about that header that Thiago had missed earlier in the game, right? That was a setup play that came from Rafinha, and Rafinha settled the ball. Vinny on the first touch beat his man, and I think that was Hakimi that he beat. He beat Hakimi on that first touch, went on the left side, exploded past him, scooped the ball, put it into the middle. All Thiago had to do was head that thing into the back of the net, but he didn't get a good touch on it, and therefore there was a missed opportunity, and they should have went up 2-1. This should have been Brazil winning the game 2-1, but missed opportunity. It is what it is. They get the points, they get the draw. But looking at how Vinny is playing, man. Looking at how Vinny is playing, looking how he is. I just really feel like he's taking on the challenge. And I say this because Real Madrid didn't have so much of a great season, right? They were nowhere near close to winning La Liga. But that came with a lot of the drama that was in the clubhouse. A lot of the drama, Xabi Alonso, I think he wanted to start, was it Endrich or 11. I forgot the name of the other guy that this competition he kept trying to ensue with Vinny. It's like, bro, let Vinny be the starter. Vinny is the main guy. Let Vinny be on the field. Let Vinny be on the field. Let him be the starter. because as a person that runs high off of emotions, he allows his even though he can get a little carried away with his anger, he does allow his emotions to fuel him most of the times in a positive way to where it benefits the ball club. Having an uncomfortable or low energy Vinny is good for no one. You see how he's playing for Brazil, bro. He's playing with a high level of energy, he's playing with a high level of pride, and he's playing with a high level of prowess and awareness for his teammates. Vinny is always looking for his teammates. Vinny is always looking to play make for his teammates first. He gave Thiago the opportunity, he blew it. Vinny saw this opportunity to take this goal and tie this game up, and he did not at all botch it. He put that thing into the back of the net with nothing but pure ferocity and power, and I love it. Dude, I love it. I don't know if I see Brazil winning the entire World Cup. You never know what can happen, but I do see them advancing pretty far. As far as Morocco goes, man, I'm not surprised with their level of play. I'm not surprised that they were able to meet Brazil with this level of intensity and prowess, because I saw them playing during the African Cup of Nations, right? And I saw how they were able to get past teams with a level of quickness. However, I do think at that point in time they had what's the word I'm looking for? They had the ability to surprise people because a lot of things that they were doing was unexpected. But if you had watched the African Cup of Nations and you see how they performed against Brazil, you wouldn't be surprised, because all throughout the tournament of the African Cup of Nations, they just kept elevating their level of play. They kept elevating their level of play. They kept meeting the challenge. And I had Nigeria winning the African Cup of Nations, but they didn't, and they didn't even qualify for the World Cup, which is a shame. But back to Brazil and Morocco. Bro, Morocco is they're going to surprise a lot of people in this tournament. And I think with so much of the story surrounding Brazil, with Neymar being called up to the team, Carlo Ancelotti coaching the team, Vinny looking to elevate his level of play, and then also Rafinha. I'm looking for this to be an exciting tournament for him, because he has a lot to prove, man. He didn't have too much of a showing this year in La Liga because of injury. So I'm looking to see Rafinha come in and really demonstrate that, I'm one of the best forwards out here in all of the world. So I'm looking to see that. And this game was absolutely exciting. If you love high octane, but now there were some bad mistakes, right? And again, on that Brazilian back line, I do believe Marquinhos, as a captain and as a two-time back-to-back Champions League champion, he will be able to settle his guys down and get that back line in order for Brazil to go very far in this tournament. Now, for Morocco, I saw, man, Hakimi as a fullback, man, he's putting in a lot of work. Again, another two-time back-to-back UEFA League champion, Champions League champion. I definitely do believe Morocco are going to surprise a lot of people. Where do I see? I see them going into the knockout rounds. How far into the knockout rounds? At this point in time, I don't believe I'd be able to say and give an honest assessment of that. But I definitely see them going into the knockout rounds. And as a good first match between the two, I think this is a good warm-up. This was a good warm-up. Good weekend, opening weekend in the World Cup here. This was a good warm-up. I was highly anticipating Brazil winning this thing, but for them to come out with a draw, and then me seeing how they were progressing, how they were operating in the midfield, how they were able to get some good playmaking abilities going on, and then these spurts where Rafinha was able to break that back line and almost put a goal into the back of the net for Brazil. I like Brazil's chances. This isn't like, in my personal opinion, with the other Brazilian teams that I watch, this isn't like that go-ahead Samba style Brazilian team where you see all of these different stars from all of these different ball clubs playing together. But this is the Brazil team they got. Will we see Neymar Jr. come out on the field? I'm not 100% sure. I would love to see Neymar come out onto the pitch. My only question, just like it's the question with everybody else, his level of fitness to play in this type of a competition, man. Because you got to be high octane. You got to have the speed to play in these types of games. And with him playing at Santos and coming back off of an injury, I would like to see where he stands, where he's able to perform. And then also on the topic of Neymar, really quickly, I would like to see Neymar go back to Europe, bro. I would like to see Neymar go back to Europe and play for a big name European team, just so he can get his legs back underneath him. Because I think, honestly, him playing in Brazil, I know it's a love for the country, love for the home team. It's his childhood team. It's the team that, you know, he grew up with. But for him to get back to at least a decent level of performance, he's got to go back to Europe, bro. He's got to go back to Europe. And I really wish he would have done that prior to the World Cup to get his body and his fitness level up to par to be able to compete with these guys. Because I was watching this game, bro, from the beginning, Morocco came out not playing game within like 5 minutes. Within like 5 minutes of the game, they had that sequence where it went from the left side. They're dribbling, crossing people over. I'm watching people fall. I'm like, hey, yo, what? I'm watching people fall, and then they missed that. They missed their opportunity to score early within the 5 minutes and 50 seconds into the game. So they missed that opportunity to score. Either way, this game could have gone either way for both the teams. It could have been Morocco winning this game 2-1. It could have been Brazil winning this game 2-1. It could have been Brazil winning this game 3-1. But the missed opportunities, you can expect that with early opening games. But Brazil versus Morocco, exciting game. They tied it 1-1. I can't wait to see what's next. It's been an excellent opening weekend of the World Cup, man. And I'm gonna keep you guys tuned in with more of my takes and my reactions game by game. And I'll catch you guys in the next one, man. Deuces.